older and older people are getting tattooed. So I don't think that the age I started at was that unusual.
This is Melbourne, Florida, located in Brevard County. Home to more senior citizens than any other county. In fact, 1 in 4 residents in this summer paradise are over 65. I'm here to meet a truly record-breaking couple. This is Chuck and Charlotte.
How are you?
Lovely to meet you. Mwah.
You guys look incredible. I don't even know what to look at first. So you hold Guinness World Record titles, most tattooed senior citizen female and most tattooed senior citizen male. So how much percentage do you have tattooed?
97.5% each of us.
97.5%. Right. So is the only percent left of your face?
Well, there's a couple of things we can talk about here.
So quickly.
It's flat work.
What does
It
that
had
mean?
It had no depth to it. Okay. I guess I
More
can
the
see
old
the back. You
traditional,
can see my
yeah,
back.
more the old traditional
My back
tattooing.
was a Shoki the demon queller in Japanese mythology. Okay.
That was the system.
It's this,
the
it's like the
system.
depth.
The
of
shading,
See
the shading adds
see
the depth.
Shading. See the shading, and actually a lot of the skulls have become shading themselves.
Oh, you mentioned skulls, so you actually have 2 Guinness World Record titles.
Yes, he
So
does.
Now that we've all met, I'm ready to get out of this Florida heat and inside the friendly confines of an air-conditioned apartment. Plus, I want to see who Chuck and Charlotte were before all the tattoos. Chuck and Charlotte went through over half their lives untattooed, not knowing each other. Now, they are a happy, loving couple with nearly every inch of their bodies covered. It's an amazing story that begins, of course, in a tattoo shop.
More than welcome.
This is where the magic happens.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry if I touch
No,
you.
go ahead. Please feel free.
For most people, their journey with tattoos begins with just one. But that wasn't the case for Charlotte.
I immediately decided that I wanted a bodysuit.
From the get-go?
From the get-go.
So talk me through the meeting.
This is what she was having done.
The colours on this are so bright.
And this, it was all the way around her leg, and this is at one sitting. She was getting pretty ragged about the 6th hour or so when I wandered in the door, and they asked me to talk to her. So I sat there and I babbled for a couple of hours, and I don't even remember what I said, and she got through it.
So you were just being a helpful,
Just being
chivalrous
helpful, they asked me
man.
if I
Yes.
would. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Being
Did it
himself.
help?
Oh, it did. It did. I didn't even realize I was getting tattooed.
So they were instant sparks then?
Well,
She informed me as I took her out to her car and gave her a peck on the cheek that she was involved in a relationship.
but it was
And
a
I said, well,
lie.
that's a nice.
Why would you
That's a nice
lie?
thing.
Because when my husband died, I decided I just didn't want to get involved with anyone.
So
I
you
wanted to
your
do my
blinders
thing.
on.
Yeah, but by the time I got home, I was like, oh my God, what did I do? That guy was terrific.
Chuck and Charlotte have spent nearly 2,000 hours in tattoo chairs. I have to wonder though, does their new appearance change the way they are seen in the world? It seems like you have such a warm, welcoming community around you here. Do you ever face negativity from people?
Every once in a while, someone will make just a comment in passing.
Has that ever affected you?
No, because you consider where it comes from. It says more about them than it does about us.
When you're saying it says more about them than it does you,
Right.
where do you think it's coming from?
What do you think?
Well, there's a fear of the unknown. Everyone
that's
fears
true.
the unknown and blows way out of proportion. My grandmother had an expression that was applicable to this.
Kelly.
She said, never pay attention to bull unless you step in it.
Charlotte hasn't always lived life so conspicuously. In fact, she has a condition that creates an abnormal curve in her spine, something she previously tried to hide away.
Even just before I started going into tattoo contest, I had to really think about it because I have a double curve scoliosis. As a child, I was always conscious of trying to wear my clothing, loose clothing, so everything was always covered up and everything. And that was a huge concern. And then after I was in the first contest, I realized nobody cares. Nobody cares about it at all because you're showing them your artwork. You're not saying, this is my body. And I think that's the biggest thing people should realize, that who they are is something spiritual, something that's inside of them. And how other people perceive you has nothing to do with who that person is.
It's an absolutely beautiful, really wonderful words of advice. Come on, Chuck. Hit me with your advice.
Well, the message I like to convey is just be yourself. Do not be afraid to put yourself out there, whatever it may be. What is the worst that can happen? They don't like it. So what, you know?
Maybe it's just the wisdom you get from a few extra trips around the sun. But I find myself inspired by more than just Chuck and Charlotte's record-breaking tattoos. When you look at Charlotte, do you see the tattoos? Is that an aesthetic that you're attracted to?
No, I don't really notice the tattoos. It's not something that cranks me out. Oh, here's a naked tattooed lady. Oh, you know, it's interesting, yeah. But that wasn't the attraction, you know.
You are very lucky that in the Florida heat, you don't have to worry about having hair, which is incredibly humid and just gets really frizzy. When you look in the mirror now, do you see your tattoos?
No, I don't. I'm always surprised when people are amazed at how many tattoos we have because I don't even pay attention to it.
I asked Chuck this morning when we went for a little walk whether tattoos were his type, and he was like, I just don't even see them on Charlotte anymore.
No,
Yeah.
I don't even notice them on him. It's just part of us. It's part of our life. But it's a small part of our life, and some people probably don't understand that. You know, we have so many tattoos. How can it be a small part of your life? But it is. It's only a small segment of our lives. It doesn't
Define who you
No,
are.
it does not define who we are at all.
Chuck and Charlotte's take me as I am attitude, despite age and appearance, is something we can all aspire to.
Having the tattoos has given us the ability to show everybody that you can be different, you can express yourself, and it doesn't matter how you do it.
Coming up, from tattoos to a 99-year-old ballroom dancer and yoga instructor.